Hi everybody, welcome back to Dr. B's Advice to the World. I'm Dr. Anita Blanchard and this is my channel where I'm offering advice for use in academia, for being a mother, for being life in general. So today's question is, should you go to graduate school? And the answer is no. Okay, thank you for coming to visit Dr. B's Advice. I'm kidding, no. Should you go to graduate school? Well, maybe, but, and like all important questions in life, this one has a big but. I practiced that. Can you hear my son laughing back there? He's homesick. I knew he'd like that joke. Okay, so there are three types of graduate programs I want to talk about. Master's and professional degrees, PhD programs, and certificate programs, and other post-bac studies. So master's in professional degrees, by that I mean like a master's in English, in interdisciplinary studies, liberal studies, or history, or an MBA, an MPA, or IO psychology. A couple of those are what I teach in. I'd say the answer there is generally maybe to definitely yes. If there is some subject that you really like, that really motivates you, or some degree that would help further your career, then definitely maybe. Now, what turns it to a yes? If somebody else is going to pay for it. So yes. So if you can get into a good program where either your employer is going to pay for it or you get a fellowship, I think that's a definite yes. Master's degrees can be full-time, part-time, during the day, at night. They do require sacrifice for 2 or 3 years. But I think they can really improve your critical thinking and communication skills. They can provide you with a specialization that sets you apart from other people. And they can be very rewarding. One caution is about for-profit graduate degrees because they may not always provide you with the credentials you want for getting your job. But that's your choice. You go out and figure that information out, and we can have a discussion about that later on if you like to. So what about a PhD? Generally, my answer there is no. Or maybe no. One of the things I like to ask my students is, why do you want to get a PhD? Is it the prestige and the honor and the respect that a PhD gives you? No, that is not the reason to get a PhD, because those are all external motivators, and you need to have something internal that's driving you. Grad school for a PhD was one of the toughest periods of my life. And I know there are exceptions, but generally I think we all have to work really, really hard, and we all feel really, really stupid while we're getting our PhD. You're around a lot of smart people, and you're learning a lot of really hard material. So why should you get a PhD? Did you like your research methods class? Okay, that's number one, because you're going to be doing research in a PhD. Do you like asking questions and solving complicated problems? That's another reason. I love that. That's my favorite part. I love research methods and stats. So that I like. I love coming up with questions and coming up with finding an answer or a step towards a full answer. I love that part. But the third one is the hard one. Do you have the ability to work by yourself for extended periods of time? And I know there are such things as labs, and there's joint papers you work on, but a lot of the time, at least some of the time, you've got to sit your booty down in the chair and work by yourself when you're feeling all that self-doubt that comes from before. So if you can answer yes to probably 2.5 of those, then yeah, I think you ought to consider a PhD. I also think you should consider, as opposed to perhaps a PhD or definitely opposed to a master's, there are other options. Many universities and colleges offer continuing ed programs. Some of them are post-bac courses. Sometimes they're certificate courses, such as our university. You can go and get a certificate in HR, which is pretty nice to show that you have some skills for human resources professional. And sometimes you can just take standalone courses in an area you think is interesting. I think that's an amazing option, and I think that's something that people looking for lifelong learning should consider. If I'm talking to you as an undergraduate right now, you are going to live a really long time, and you're going to need to keep that noodle working. So considering lifelong learning and certificates and all these different options will keep you energized and keep you your brain working, and hopefully help your career. Okay, so the final answer. Should you go to graduate school? Yes, with a big but. Okay, thank you for coming to visit Dr. B's Advice to the World. As I have said, and I will continue to say, all I can really offer is advice. It may or may not work for you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them for me below. I would point. Maybe I'll figure out how to actually get there this time. I don't know. Subscribe to my channel. I think last time that popped up over here, so that's pretty good. That way you'll keep up to date with all the brilliant advice that I may be handing out over the next couple of weeks. Okay, thanks, and see you next week. Bye-bye.